What's up, historians and fellow magic dorks? The third alchemy set has just dropped. The last set was a pretty big flop. So, should you spend your hard-earned wildcards on this new set, avoid them altogether, or run far, far away from alchemy and historic to the safety of explorer? Well, that's exactly what we're going to try and answer on this week's digital-only episode of Mana Rant. But first, I'm Hoshi, the ethical explorer of Elspeth's elusive edibles, and you are listening to the Mana Rant podcast, where, like every week, I am joined by possibly the most disgusting man I have ever met. Last week, he had COVID, and he's gotten better, and we're all glad to see that it has gone away. But it's not from time, nor meds, no! The sickness just couldn't stand to share the same body with our very own disgusting drunken dork.
What is up, everyone? What? How did you describe yourself? You said you are ethical.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely not. Okay. Let's keep it moving.
Okay. And finally, we have a man who's definitely cheating at the horseshit card game. Confirmed, 100%. Because we all know Apollo's odds of winning are as good as trying to explain physics to a flat earther. We have our very own, also disgusting, Michael Apollo.
Oh, what's up, everyone? All right, you know what? When you got them hot, you go big, baby. Just like Vegas, you go all in. And it's Apollo's time to shine. And also, dude, yeah, you are like the opposite of ethical.
What? Dude,
Majority rules.
Take
All right.
class, dude.
You know what? I'm not gonna take this from the confirmed cheater of the horseshit card game. So
I want to see these stories.
That's true. Good point, Hoshi.
Exactly.
1 point for Hoshi.
Ding. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. We're the Mana Dorks, and welcome back. This is a Mana Rant podcast where we talk about everything in Magic, mainly focus on Arena and Historic, Explorer, Alchemy, the stuff that affects all the formats on there. And our show moves through the segments of Magic: The Gathering with our Upkeep, Untap, main phases, and all that good stuff. So if you want to skip around through the show, we'll have time hacks in the description below. But with that, let's just start off with the first phase of our show, which is the Untap phase.
Untap.
And Untap is where we untap some drinks that we're going to be enjoying during the show real quick. So let's start off with Apollo. What are you untapping this week?
For all the faithful viewers of the show, I like some IPAs and Voodoo Ranger. I saw this at the BX bar or whatever, the gas station.
You're like the PX bar. Yeah. What?
The BX bar?
The bar.
BX bar.
The gas station that I hang out at.
That dumpster behind the gas station that we all hang out at?
They sell
Me,
gas.
Joe, and the crew.
They sell gas and stuff, but I'm there for the beer, bro. Like that.
Yeah. All right.
So I keep forgetting it. It's actually a normal store. It's like a grocery store or a gas station. Yeah, but I call it the beer bar.
This story just keeps getting worse and worse. Grocery store. Because all I need are gas station hot dogs and beer.
Grocery stores.
That's grocery store stuff, right?
Slash
gas
bar,
station hot dogs chicken tender bites, bro. Buffalo bites.
No, it's great.
Discussing food aside, I am drinking Liquid Paradise IPA.
Okay. Nice.
I don't know what kind of IPA it is. It's 7.8%.
Whoa.
So,
pretty good.
See ya.
Nice, dude.
See ya, everyone.
Very nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, Drunken, what are you untapping?
Well, so today I am going Hoshi style. I'm going to twirl this and hopefully not hit myself in the face. And Look at this.
Please
So
do.
before the show started,
Ooh.
I muddled
Oh.
myself up some
Really?
mojito. So
Nice.
I've been growing orange mint and regular peppermint
Oh, awesome.
in my backyard, and I made some simple syrup. I got regular Bacardi silver rum in here, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be fucked at the
Yeah.
end of the show. Honestly, I don't
Dude.
ever drink liquor.
Awesome.
Like, these guys know, like, it is. Last time Hoshi saw me drink liquor,
Oh,
it was done.
It was great in Vegas. Yeah, you were destroyed. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure anytime Apollo has ever seen me drink liquor, it is.
he was like he was
Yeah.
passed out on the floor, like under the curtains and stuff. Yeah, it was
Yeah, I am just an outstanding fucking person.
Dude, I like
Ever.
the Topo Chico, dude. That is like
Awesome.
the best mineral sparkling water
Yeah.
like ever.
So
It's good for me.
yeah,
good.
I got a tasty ass
fancy.
mojito here. I'm gonna
all
try it
right.
out.
I'm impressed.
Oh
Well,
man, that's good.
I actually am following you guys this week with getting I got a Dew Claw, and this is from it's from Baltimore, Maryland, where I used to live, and so this is the pastryarchy, like the patriarchy, pastryarchy.
Yeah.
And it's a
Cute,
little wordsmith there, and this is chocolate cherry dessert stout, and this one, buddy, is a 9.4.
Oh man.
Dang. We didn't even coordinate this, everyone. Like, we are going to be toasted this
Oh
episode.
man, this is gonna be bad. I was gonna actually, I was gonna apologize. I meant to do this at the intro. I was listening to last podcast, and I'm doing it right now, like I did last podcast. I
Yeah.
bulldozed the shit out of you guys. I don't listen to podcasts that much anymore because Apollo's been editing.
Yeah.
Used to be like I'd edit, Hoshi edit, I'd edit, Hoshi edit. So I was like generally listening to podcasts every other time. Well, I listened to it this last time, and I was talking way too much. So even though I'm drinking an incredibly strong beer, I'm gonna try and keep it at a minimum this time.
Oh man, yeah,
No, it's going to be even more.
Whew, this is way too good to be 9.4%. Danger zone, danger, Will Robinson. All right, well, cheers everybody to having a good show, and
Cheers.
with that, let's move into the upkeep phase.
Upkeep, get ya upkeep.
And Upkeep is our Reddit rant segment. And Reddit rant is where we look to the internet for people ranting, raving, complaining, bitching, whining, crying about Magic the Gathering, which is not difficult to do. And so this week we're going to good old Facebook. And so we have Chris Patrick here. And he is starting off with, "For heaven's sakes, people, I know you're going to lose, and you can see it coming, but please, just let me swing in. I'm trying to complete my daily challenges for attacking with 40 creatures, and I think he means everybody quits before I can attack." So, yeah, poor Chris. He's just trying to get his dailies, and he's just winning over and over, and everyone just keeps conceding to his, to his awesomeness before he can swing in all the time. What do you guys think of Chris Patrick's, rant here, his complaint?
Hey, you know what? For once, I'm on the ranter side. I think conspiracy level. Like, I'm trying to get my dailies, so I'll just go in the play queue, right? If it's like, something with blue and green, I'll play my Merfolk deck, and I'll set up the board, and I'm attacking, and then right before combat, concede. Fuck that shit, man. I was just about to get it. Like I feel like people are like, I know what this guy's doing. Fuck that. No, I agree with you, Chris. I agree with you, brother.
Okay.
Just let me swing in.
Drunk it.
This guy's got a big old swinging dick right here, attacking in with 40 fucking creatures.
know what?
That ain't happening, all right? Holy shit, your dick ain't that big, dude. Let's step it down, That's like every time someone talks about penis length and girth and stuff, you always gotta divide it by 2. So at least, with Hoshi and Apollo, it's at least 5. So with this guy, fucking Chris Patrick, dude, I don't even know what's going on.
I think he's
Crazy.
talking about the challenges to swing in with 40 creatures, but but good job.
Yeah.
Great animal.
But you know,
somewhere else, dude.
I was thinking, man,
were you
I
feeling
really want-
intimidated by 40 creatures that are trying?
I am. Yeah, it's hurting me inside.
Why
I
you
lost a
swinging
game.
with that big thing?
It's flashbacks, man. It's PTSD when I lost to that fucking elf deck. No, honestly though, it's funny because I look at this and then I'm on like multiple Facebook groups and I go on there almost daily.
Yeah.
And this person was like, "Why does everyone rage quit when I'm about to win?" And the first comment under that person was, "Just because someone quits doesn't make them a rage quitter."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Absolutely. It's like
Chris Pat.
in chess.
Oh, keep
right?
going.
In chess, that's how you lose. Is you quit, right? They have you in checkmate, right? And then you just quit. Or if or like you can recognize that you've lost the game, you're supposed to quit. That's just how that game goes. It shows that you understand how the game works, and so just conceding, it doesn't mean that you're rage quitting. But yeah, sometimes I'll let people swing in, Like I just did a video and a guy stole my Ulamog from my graveyard and, I let him kill me. I was like, all right, that was pretty cool. you deserve this one.
I will say every time I let someone swing, I'm like, okay, this has been a good game. They've been going pretty quick. And then I'm like, all right, you have lethal on the board. My creatures are tapped. I have no creatures. My lands are tapped. You have lethal regardless. And then they're like, play a land. Cast a spell. I'm like, nope, this is why I don't do this, and this is why I check out before,
Yeah, when they're doing like a whole bunch of stuff and you're like, all right, no, dude, you had it. Come on, like you can just look at my board state and tell that like you won, right? Like just finish it off and then I'll do the same thing.
I would say I would hate more ropers and people who like purposely do board stall as opposed to people who concede, because conceding is not rage quitting. Yeah, I would even say conceding to a certain extent could be like kind of big brain because you're kind of like seeing through the game. Like, all right, even if I had Magical Wonderland, there's no way I'm fucking winning this game. So you got it, bro. Concede.
Yeah.
Is this a way of patting yourself on the back because you fucking lose all the time?
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
cool.
I didn't actually
I'm
lose.
big brain, dude. I'm big brain,
What I think is funny.
Like, it's a way for me to like justify. Like I'm like, man, I'm smart no matter what I do.
What I think is funny is when you're like casting the spell at somebody to kill them, or you've already gone through the blocking phase and all they have to do is like finalize their blocks and then they die, but they just hadn't realized it till then. And all they need to do is just click the resolve or like, blocks or whatever to let them. But then they go, no, instead of letting you do that, I'm going to go up to the corner, click on that, then come down and click on something else to concede instead of just doing the easier thing, actually, to like just let the thing resolve. They're like, no, I won't give you the satisfaction.
I'm not going to lie. I do that.
I've definitely done it before too and been like, oh, that was unnecessary.
No, this fucking beating me.
You don't
I'm
get this.
me.
You don't get this. Yeah. That's why I love when I have the chance to shock myself to death or something, or like Thoughtsy myself to death. I'm like, no. I commit seppuku. I won't let you.
Love it.
All right. Well, that was Reddit rant for this week. Do you guys agree? Do you think? Do you guys all let everybody get their swings in on you? I doubt it. I doubt anyone out there is that much of a gentleman all the time, but maybe I'm wrong. So I guess let us know. And with that, let's move into our draw phase.
Let's draw.
And draw is where we just go over, the MTG news. Yes, everybody's most trusted source for MTG news. And that's the only thing he's trusted for. Our big-headed Igor Dragador!
What is up, everyone? Honestly, there's no news this week. I think we're going to talk about decks we've been playing, shit we've been doing. I wanted to mention we just had historic we had the alchemy. We had the alchemy. I can't even fucking
You're
talk.
doing
This
great.
drink is doing enough. I know. I'm doing
Already?
even better
5
than you.
sips.
Yeah. Alchemy Artesian, and then we also had Historic Popper. There we go. I got it out. Anyway, so we had those two things. And then we've also, Hoshi made a video, which he's going to talk about right here.
Sure.
And let's start off with Alchemy, whatever the fuck it's called. Artesian.
Artesian, yeah.
Alchemy Artesian.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Cool.
Was it Alchemy Artesian or was it Historic Artesian?
It was Alchemy Artesian.
Oh, okay. I didn't play that one, I don't think.
Oh, you didn't play it? Did you play it, Paulo?
No.
Oh, it was good. All right. We'll move on from that. Historic Popper. Did you guys play that?
Was that the one today? Is that the one that's right now?
That was Midweek Madness.
Yeah. I played that one. That one was pretty cool. I forget who it was. Binary Soloist or someone posted that on our
Binary Soloist. Yep.
Yeah, I copied that down and took that for a spin where it was like the Madness deck version of it, of like Madness Burn. That was very powerful for Popper. It felt pretty crazy for a Popper deck. I was like, this is pretty fun, man. It was a fun format. That was a strong deck, so I enjoyed it.
Apollo.
I did not. But I watched videos, and obviously a lot of our Discord, a lot of our viewers and people on the Discord play. So it was interesting to see the decks. Like just like Hoshi said, they seemed like pretty fucking powerful, dude.
Yeah.
So
I went 3 for 3 with it. Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that I didn't play because like typically I'm kind of like half and half between Popper and Artesian. This one seemed like it would have been a fun one to do. So I regret not playing.
I'm gonna say Historic Popper, Historic Artesian. Yeah, the Alchemy Artesian I thought was like it was okay.
Yeah.
But anytime you get a historic format like one of these like eternal formats like Popper or Artesian, it is so much fun. And like even like the introduction, I think the last time we had an historic Popper format going was like 3 sets ago. So we have 3 new sets to add into that, right? So we have all these alchemy cards that added in. We have all these like regular set cards that added in, and it was wonderful. Like, I loved it. I played it.
Drunken, do you think since they had this event, they're gonna add a Popper queue?
Oh yeah, 150. Absolutely not. No, they're not. You bring it up all the time. There's no money involved in this. They do this so I can get a massive erection and then blue ball the shit out of myself. You know what I mean? Like that is exactly why they do this. Not for me, but for people like me. You know?
Yeah.
Because this is like my favorite type of deck building. Like building with limitations. I want to say it's like limited, but your card pool is so much bigger, right? You can do 4 of, you can make your deck way more consistent, and absolutely love this type of deck building. And I had a blast. I played multiple decks. I played it like many times. I will always, every time this format comes out, I will always like play it to shit.
Yeah.
Even the Alchemy Artesian one, I did play it a lot. It just doesn't even touch Historic Popper, you know?
I wish they did actually make a queue of it. It would be cool. Just like having more formats to play is always like fun, I think. But
why not?
Well, money.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
So, back to the most important news here. Hoshi, you made a video.
I did.
It was great.
Oh, thank you.
It was probably one of the best videos we have on our YouTube. So if you're listening, go watch it. It's a fun deck. And actually, I'm not going to talk anymore. Hoshi, take it away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's a Golgari rigging, and it's an explorer deck, and man, it's a lot of fun. I don't think rigging is good enough for historic, but for explorer, man, it seems it still seems like it's got jank vibes to it, which is why I really like it. But being able to cast Ulamog on turn 3. Feels amazing when you get it off.
Dude, yeah, that was sweet, dude.
it feels pretty good, and it doesn't happen a lot because I'll get hands like that a lot of the times where like I'll have all the pieces there. I'll have the Llanowar Elf, I'll have like the 2 lands, I'll have the fight rigging, and then I'll have like Rotting Regisaur or something in my hand. And I'm like, dude, I got it all. It is all I need is for the Hideaway to hit, Ulamog or something, and it's good. Turn 3, Ulamog, here we go. And then the person will put down Blackland, and then they'll be like, Thoughtseize, fuck your fight rigging. Like, no! Or they'll kill my Llanowar Elf. I'll have 2 lands, and then I'll put down my Llanowar Elf, and then they'll burn it, and then I'll just sit there with 2 lands for the next 7 turns and be like, fuck. So yeah, the best laid plans of Mice and Men are easily destroyed by the formats that we play. But if no one messed with me at all, that deck would be if everyone just let me do my thing. It just reminds me what a heavy removal format Explorer is. It's crazy, man. There's so much removal in that format. A lot of control too. But the deck is a lot of fun. I think you guys should check out the video because it's a fun deck. I had some weird matches in it because I don't know. That's just how I play. Is I get weird stuff that happens to me. I guess when you play janky things happen to you. So
all right. So real quick, what? If you haven't seen the video, go see it. But people who haven't seen it, explain what is this deck? How does it work? What is
okay? So it's all about fight rigging and just big monsters, right? So fight rigging is Hideaway, and so Hideaway is an old mechanic that came back in the last set where it allows you to look a certain amount into your deck, and then you can put that card, any card from in there, even lands, you could put anything in there under the Hideaway, and then once you reach the Hideaway condition, which with this deck it has to be 7 mana or 7 power. So fight rigging is at the beginning of combat. If you have a creature that has 7 power, after you get to put a counter on it, then you can use the Hideaway card, and it casts it. So I put Ulamog in there because you get cast trigger with Ulamog, even if they counter it, right? Then
why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not have an indestructible 10/10 that exiles 2 things when he is cast? That's pretty good. So yeah, he's insane. And then I put the big stompy boy. Oh man, what's his name again? The dinosaur 12/12. Galta. Galta, Primal Hunger, which is a 12/12 with trample. And then I got the Great Hanj in there too. So it's like a stompy deck that also has a combo weird, almost like Tybalt's Trickery type effect to it earlier on. But then you can kind of stabilize. It's got removal. It's got Thoughtseize and Fatal Push, and it's got the Eater. In there, the ooze, scavenging ooze, because I don't know if you played alchemy or not alchemy. Son of a bitch.
You need scavenging ooze is a key piece in Explorer right now.
Oh yeah, because of the Grease Fang decks are everywhere because they're really good and they're consistent. So having so I feel like it has there's no deck in Explorer that is just gonna blow it out of the water. I feel like I stand a good chance against everybody with that deck. It's not.
Why don't you explain the piece though, the actual trigger piece, because you're saying you need power 7. How are you gonna get that on turn 3 though? What's that creature that you're
that's
doing
good.
to
I have 2
that?
creatures actually, because I have black creatures in there, and there's one of the new cards that we got is what is his name again? Shakedown Heavy, which is a 6/4, and when he he's a 6/4 for 3 mana, which is amazing stats. And when he attacks in, your opponent can decide whether to untap him, and then you draw a card, which is still pretty great. He gets you card draw. He's a big blocker for 3 mana. And then there's Rotting Regisaur, which is bigger. It's a 7/6, so you don't even need to put a counter on him. He just triggers fight rigging immediately when he's in the battlefield. But Rotting Regisaur has the discard effect to him, which I know some decks that's a good thing for them, but for my deck it's not. So I favor Shakedown Heavy over Rotting Regisaur, I feel like, most of the time, because I want to keep most of the cards in my hand. So I only went with 2 of the Rottings and then 4 of the Shakedowns in the deck. But then I also have a bunch of other big stompy cards in there, but most of them are 5s, so it takes 2 turns to get them to trigger fight rigging. But they're still big. They're still big creatures, and mono red's also a big deck in Alchemy, so, or not. Damn, I keep saying Alchemy and Explorer.
Explorer.
Yeah, mono red's a lot in there too. So having those like big creatures to be able to put down early also like really puts a damper in mono red. So yeah, I feel like the big creatures is fun. Plus, I'm just like a big stompy Timmy idiot, you know, likes playing big cards like that.
Very
too.
true.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, I like big creatures, and then
Thing goes smash.
yeah, and then I'm running the man lands too, because the man lands they could get buffed with fight rigging too. So I've definitely killed people after like control decks that have just killed all of my stuff, you know, and then I've just killed them with the man lands because you know. Because
Nice. Love the manlands. The black one especially. So good.
the black one's great. Yeah. The other one's actually I feel like better. At least in this deck, yeah, the layer of the Hydra, because like I get a lot of lands. I have cards that pull out lands, so I can get a lot of mana and like easily hit somebody for like 10 with that thing. So yeah,
Nice.
It's a fun
All
deck.
right. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Apollo, what have you been playing?
Much like I have been last week. So I really love the ladder. Like that has been my goal. It's so fucking interesting though, because I blast all the way through until I get like platinum or diamond, and it is a fucking dead stall. So I'm still on Esper Greasefang.
Okay.
I'm starting to see why Mardu might be the one that performs better.
Okay.
Why? It seems more well-rounded. Like they can kill you without really the Greasefang thing.
Yeah, so I really like the Esper because of the life gain, which can be pretty crucial with all the Thoughtseize and stuff. But Mardu, I feel like, has more utility, and it seems like a little bit ridiculous, but that blood token can really help out in crucial moments. I forget that 2-mana creature that makes it, but that creature is actually insanely crucial to the deck.
They run two. Yeah, it's like some blood tithe vampire, and then they run some other vampire too. I forget.
Yeah,
they run the red mana one
and
the Rakdos one.
They run two.
It's the Rakdos vampire that one that creates the blood token. Man, it's so fucking good. Like
it is.
I've just seen it numerous times, and earlier off screen we were talking about the Obscura Charm or whatever, the Esper one, and I want to test that out. I do want to test that out first before I fully switch to Mardu, because I feel like if I have more like control elements, but again, the deck I have right now is so fine-tuned. It's, if I take one thing out, you know what I mean? Like it kind of like defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do. I might as well just go Mardu. So
I say try it, dude. You should try it. It doesn't hurt to copy the deck, add in 4 of those. I mean, they are rare, so, or no, they're uncommon.
I mean, I have all 4 either way.
Yeah, add in 4 of those, take out 4 cards, and or 3, I mean, at least. And then, and see what happens. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah. I might take out the sacrifice creature, create a treasure token, draw 2 cards card, or at least trim down on those, because a lot of times I felt like those were dead cards in my hand. It might be better in the Mardu version, but in the Esper version, I haven't found too many situations where I'm trying to purposely sacrifice like a creature to make sure Parthelion like goes back in the graveyard. But because usually if I have it out, I usually win. Like the 2 angels are usually enough. But yeah, without stretching this out too far, also best of 3 Gruul Historic, it's always my go-to. I fucking love that deck. I'm playing the Collected Company Clothis variant.
Okay.
So
it's so good. It's so good.
That thing is powerful, dude. It
so
just
good.
blows. I just love Gruul. It's just what I know. It's just like, I don't even have to think. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is. The second I get the 7 cards, like, it always just seems like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like meant to be, and I just play and I just fucking hammer it out, and
I don't have that analogy.
Yeah, like burning tree into burning tree into burning tree into
and
just bone crushing.
Into Clothis, exile your fucking what is that what is the card in fucking Reanimator? What is that big old fucking vehicle called?
Parthelion 2.
Oh, Parthelion?
Yeah.
The second?
Yeah, dude. Clothis is so strong.
Yeah.
Dude, Clothis is crazy. Yeah, it's a powerful. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in Historic and in Explorer, and loving both.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me? No, I already said it. I've been playing those events, and then I also play Gruul, but nothing exciting. I am ready to move on to the meat and potatoes on this.
All right, cool. All right, so let's do it then. Let's go into main phase 1. All right, and so in main phase 1, we're going to be talking about the new alchemy spoilers that are coming out. So let's move over to...
Coming out, they're out.
Oh, they are out. That's true. I forget it because I haven't actually used them yet. That we forgot to mention that in the draw phase, that there is some codes that have came out for free alchemy cards and some other stuff with them. So yeah,
We'll post them in the description. Make sure you get the codes below to get your alchemy new cards for, the new Capenna.
Yeah.
Play Alchemy New Capenna.
There you go.
That's how you have to.
Is that it?
Yeah,
That's the whole code. It's play alchemy NewCapenna. Like that?
Yeah. It's the whole thing. They couldn't abbreviate.
That's a lot.
Like,
What, they couldn't have said just play Al Capenna or something? No? Okay.
No.
Dude, the intern heard our podcast and he's like, "Oh, tell me I don't check my emails, huh?"
It's like you want
nobody heard our podcast.
You want those 3
No.
packs?
Wop, wop, wop. Cue sad music.
All right, so here we go. We got the first in main phase 1. We're going to be going over the monocolored cards that are coming out in alchemy, and so we're gonna just move through these, and if any of them actually look interesting. All right, guys, so these first 3 that we have up here: the Skyline Savior, the Herald of Vengeance, and the Celestial Vault. Any of these jumping out to you, Apollo?
I hate how Herald of Vengeance is written. It's annoying.
It is weird. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I just say destroy all creatures. I mean, I get it. It's like, oh, but I didn't attack with this scavenging ooze. Nope, it still dies because it has the same name as that. It just creates like confusing things. I don't know.
That is weird.
It's a good card, but
I did have to read
all creatures.
I did have to read that one twice. Let's read it. It says, flying, when Herald of Vengeance enters the battlefield, destroy each permanent you don't control that has the same name as a permanent that dealt damage to you last turn. Yeah, that is that feels like wrong English or something. I don't know. I get what it means.
I had to read it like 5 times. I'm like, okay, so wait, it's like I got a scavenging ooze, and then but I don't attack with this one, but I attack with this one, but they still both die. So
it's like the meme with all the fucking math numbers.
Yeah. And it's like you feel like an idiot. Like all you're trying to do is attack, and it's now making you think. It just should say indestructible, destroy all creatures.
Yeah, there should be a Gruul explanation on the back. All right, Gruul players, here's a little pop-up for you.
So basically the way this card works is, it's actually, you're right. It's really good against Gruul. Because like if you're playing against a Gruul deck, they attack you with everything, because that's what you do with Gruul, right? It's just big old titty swings. You're like, okay, well now I'm gonna play my Angel, and all your shit that attacked me last turn is gonna die. This card sucks. All these cards suck. Right?
Yeah, I'm not big. This card is it's 5 mana for a 4/5 that has this effect. I guess this is great if you're going against a deck that just hits you a lot. But that, I don't know. Maybe I was gonna say maybe this would be good in like Commander or something, but it doesn't feel good. But this is an alchemy card. It'll never be Commander. So yeah.
So what do you guys
By
give
the
it?
time White gets turn 5 and I'm swinging in with my big dumb Gruul, they're already dead, dude.
Absolutely.
They're already dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Turn 3, turn 4, Embercleave. What's up?
So yeah.
So what do you guys think of this color? Do you like any of the cards? Anyone?
No, I don't like any of these.
No.
Yeah.
So what do you give it out? 1 through 5?
0.
The colors.
A 1.
Yeah, I give it a 1.
Yeah.
I give it a white.
Okay.
I give it a
there
white.
we go.
Because it's the worst color.
It's not though, and not
It's
in
not.
alchemy,
In
not
Commander.
in historic,
In
but
Commander,
yeah,
for
it
sure.
is. Yeah, it's not an explorer, but
All right.
But
Next,
traditionally.
Next, we got Black here, and we got Xander's Wake because he got murdered by Ob Nixilis. Then we have Shattering Finale, and then we have Graven Archfiend. Drunken. Any of these jump out as you? Jump out as you.
Jump out as me.
Do any of them jump out as you? Yeah.
I mean, Graven Archfiend totally reminds me of now.
A little bit.
Honestly, yeah. I do think Shattering Finale seems like a decent card. -0, -3. You're basically, and it's perpetually. So they're always going to have -0, -3.
Yeah.
Anytime you have something with perpetually that has -- on it, or you know, I think there's always a plus side to that. Because like they can't reanimate, right?
Yeah.
So a prime example is Grease Fangs, right? You put that on Grease Fangs, you're never getting that Grease Fangs back.
Or they can. Remember that combo where they just gave minus to what was that one white flyer where it just kept like dying and coming back immediately over and over again, like that.
Yeah.
Didn't they have to?
Yeah. Or we can.
Didn't they have to? Didn't they have to ban something to stop that nonsense? Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they banned that card.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this other one, this enchantment, whenever one or more creatures you control die, draft from a Xander's Wake spellbook. I don't like these cards at all because spellbooks are confusing and I don't have the time to look through them.
I know. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, what's in Xander's spellbook? So this like card could be either like great or it could be really stupid because there's a bunch of dumb cards in there, you know? I don't know.
I mean, the problem is you have I think there's a possibility of 5 and they only give you 3. So like Xander's spellbook could have one really fucking awesome card and they're like, here, we're gonna draft 3 cards here and then you can pick one. And one of the 5 is just going to be, you know, the best one is just a pile of shit. So, look, you know, like any RNG thing, I don't think it's always bad, but like I think the spell books generally are bad. And then finally we have, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice a non-demon creature flying when Graven Archfiend enters the battlefield. If its additional cost was paid, conjure a card named Demonic Pact onto the battlefield. I actually think Graven Archfiend seems like a kind of cool card.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that one because Demonic Pack is pretty strong.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. What do you?
I don't like it. I think it's dumb.
Okay.
Like there's a lot better. There's a lot better demons. Like and to just get like Demonic Pact and like even Demonic Pact I think is just fucking meh because you have to choose a mode. What's the last mode? You lose the game.
Yeah.
You hand that shit off.
So,
Unless
give it over.
Unless you're playing Tainted Gift
I
or
need
whatever.
another fucking card just to use this guy.
Yeah,
no
dude.
You got 3 whole turns, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you reap all the benefits, then you pass it to them and you kill them, dude.
No, man, just give me fucking Desecration Demon. That's a great demon right there.
Or
that's a
you
demon
play,
I can get behind.
Or you play it with Doom Foretold, and then you just sack it before. You know, there's lots of things you can do. Yeah.
I'm gonna do so many things just to do this one thing. I guess that is black.
I like it. So black, what do you give it? 1 through 5.
2. I looked at Xander's Wake spellbook and meh. I give it a meh.
I give it a 1 or 2. Yeah.
I'll give it 1.5. Shattering Finale is the only decent
that one's
playable
pretty
card.
That one's pretty decent. All right. Well, then next we have blue, and so blue we have Ancient of Refine, and then we have Choice of Fortunes, and we have Nightclub Bouncer. Paulo, did any of these blue cards jump out at you?
Agent of Refine is dumb. Choice of Fortune is just it should just say you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. That's essentially what this is doing. Seek 2 cards and then put them back in. And if you did, seek 2 cards. Cool, dude. Like so draw 2, no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Like, I don't know. I don't really like a lot of these cards. And then the bounce one, Nightclub Bouncer, it's just let's make bounce even better. Like it perpetually gains. Okay, I'll read this one. Nightclub Bouncer, 2 and 2 blue, 2/3 flash. When Nightclub Bouncer enters the battlefield, return target non-land permanent and opponent controls to its owner's hand. Yeah, we've seen that a million times before. But it perpetually gains. The spell costs 1 more to cast. Really? You already annoyed me. You bounced back Burning Tree.
It's like
and now it's got to cost 3.
This is the ultimate blue card. Yeah. That's like if they
I hate this bouncer.
Yeah.
Let me in your club.
Yeah, you've definitely been kicked out by a bouncer or two.
Oh yeah, I've seen it firsthand.
Me too. Get your hands off me.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you guys? What do you think about blue?
I like the bouncer. I think it's a pretty good card besides the fact that it's 4 mana.
That's what like scares me away from that card. 4 mana cost.
Yeah, which is probably good because that effect is really good, especially if you just bounce this thing over and over again. You're just constantly making things cost more in your opponent's hand. That's like the tempo of this is crazy. But the 4 mana is gonna stop it from being good.
I will say Choice of Fortunes. So it is a sorcery, which brings it down. But it's seek 2 cards. You may shuffle them into your library. If you do, seek 2 more cards. So basically, it's like this weird type of scrying effect, right? Where you get 2 cards and you're like, do I like these 2 cards for 3 mana? I don't. So then I'm gonna get 2 more, and then I have no maximum hand size. So I don't know what the potential is there, but like I do kind of like this card as sorcery speed. It's just hard for me to judge. I think actually this card out of every card we've talked about so far is the best one. Personally,
I'm confused though. Like, how does Seek work in the actual
RNG
layering? Like in the actual I can understand that with RNG, but in the actual like transitions of Magic, right? Like a card like Sylvan's Library. You're drawing 3 cards, but it's happening before you actually put it into your hand, right? So like, how does this work? So you seek 2 cards, but do they go into your hand?
Yeah.
Like,
Seek goes into your
So,
hand.
how does that interaction work? Are they floating in space? Like, I don't get
yeah,
that. Like,
yeah, they're floating in like exile, but then it says you may shuffle them into your library. So then your library does get shuffled.
They go into your hand, but you don't draw. I don't think you get a draw effect from Seek.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
Think of it like Sylvan Library, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 cards. Think of it like that. And then after that, then you just shuffle your if you don't want to keep them, then you just shuffle your library.
So you get another 2 random cards out of it. Yeah, that's not
I guess
bad
that's
for
interesting.
for
It adds
3.
another layer.
Yeah, so basically you get to you may shuffle them. So you have to either keep those 2 or put them back in. Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool because like you can scry and then do this, and then if one of these 2 cards is not the scried cards, then those scried cards are still going to be on the top if you scried them to the top. You know what I mean? So like, it's like it plays an interesting role.
All right. So Blue, what do you guys think?
1 to 2. I don't know, 1. I give it a 1.
Yeah. I'll give it a 1.5 again. Maybe because of choice.
Right. We're splitting 1s and 2s here. These are great cards so far.
Not looking good.
So far, save your money, people. Next, we have green. Okay, so Drunken. Any of these green cards? We have Giant Regrowth, and then we have Loose in the Park. And then, oh my God, I don't know that.
Menagerie
Curator. There we go. The Menagerie.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So, these, I actually think these cards are pretty interesting. I don't know. It's like really hard to judge these ones. So Giant Regrowth is an instant. Return target card from your graveyard into your hand. If it's a creature card, it perpetually gets +3/+3. So you can return like a fucking Llanowar Elves or something, right? And then it's a 4/4. Or you can return something better than that. You can return. Okay, so here's a good one. That card in your deck that goes on adventure. What is that? The one where you put a 1/1 out and you get a 5/5.
The Lovestruck Beast. Yeah.
So this with Lovestruck Beast, then you get an 8/8 Lovestruck Beast, right? Like that's pretty cool. I think. I think this card does have potential to work. Like I'm not particularly sure. Loose in the Park. I don't like this at all. I think this card is kind of dumb. I'm sure smarter people.
I saw this and was like, whoa, that's insane. But I thought it was like Hideaway, and it's not. It's no, it's just something from its spell book, and the spell book is meh. Once again, there's nothing amazing in this spell book, so yeah, I wouldn't run this.
And then Menagerie Curator, this one's weird too. I feel like there's some really smart people out there that can make this card work, but like, I don't. Is it worth it? Probably not.
Let's see. So add 1 mana of any color.
Add 1 mana of any color.
Yeah.
Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. And then whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature card in your library, draw a card. So like 2 mana, cast, spend any color. So it's like a Birds of Paradise for an extra mana, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a 1/3. So it has a big butt.
Okay.
And then
so if you're playing a bunch of weird creatures that don't like like if you play a bird and there's no other birds in your deck, you draw a card, basically.
Yeah.
Is what it's saying. And we're back from Apollo's mental breakdown that he had. So Green, what do you guys think? Apollo ratings.
I love it.
Yeah?
Watsy loves one thing in this world: green, baby.
Yeah.
And I love green too.
Me too.
I actually love it. Menagerie Curator.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Naya Zoo, dude. Like, Naya Zoo was super awesome in Modern. Is it going to happen in Alchemy? I mean, we need a deeper card pool. But the fact that you can, you cast a creature, it doesn't share type, and you get draw, and it has like a add mana of any color, that's always good, especially if you're trying to play like a 3-color shard. So I dig it. Loosen the Park is dumb. Giant Regrowth, I can see a lot of potential for it. If they ever add poison in, that's also going to be crazy. So yeah, I love green. I'll give it a 3.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Drunken.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are you rating it?
Hopefully my dogs don't go eat shit right now. Yeah, there they go. Anyway, I'm gonna make this quick. I give it like a 2. Honestly,
okay.
Menagerie Curator I think is okay. Like the fact that I can tap for any color to cast a creature I think is cool. But really, Giant Regrowth is the main proponent here that I think is interesting.
Okay.
Especially because it's at instant speed. You can hold mana up, especially if you're running other colors like black.
Yeah. I think it's interesting here that both of the uncommons seem to be much better than the rare in this color. Yeah, Menagerie Curator seems like it has some serious potential for a 1/3 for 2 is decent for a mana dork that also potentially draws you
That's
a card.
Big booty.
Yeah, that could potentially draw you multiple cards from it. I think there's quite a bit of potential with the Curator and the Giant Regrowth as well, in certain types of decks might be able to take advantage of that. So yeah,
all right, here we go. So what if you run that companion where you can only have one creature type or one card, one of each card in your deck? It's that blue red companion.
Yeah.
You never see it because it's not great.
No, it's not.
But I mean, this
Lutri copies the spell. So if you're playing just creatures, I think it's a dumb card to use as your companion.
Michael, not smart.
I think the ooze would be better because the ooze was like you could only play creatures or whatever, right?
So I'm sorry. What did you give it, Hoshi? You gave it
I give it a 3.
All of it.
Yeah, I give it a 3. Yeah.
You're all smoking weed, dude.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe. I like the Menagerie Curator and the Regrowth, but I think they're good in specific decks, not just overall good, which is my favorite type of Magic. All right, so let's go to our last color and the worst color to exist in Magic. Of course, I'm talking about red. The color that is favored by standard and like any 20 life format. Red, here we go. We have Big Spender, we have Pass the Torch, and we have Traumatic Prank. So, Drunken, what do you think of, or did I go with you last time?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Go with
Apollo.
the
Apollo. What do you think? Any one of these red cards jumping out at you?
They all do.
Yeah?
They're all actually pretty good.
Of course they are, because it's red.
Red gets it. Red gets it, buddy.
Yeah,
They
you're
get
talking
that
about
bun.
you're talking about green getting all the
hate-
toys. Yeah, I think it's red.
Yeah, no, red gets all the fucking love in this one. I hate draft. I hate spellbook. I hate it. But this is really good for fucking red, dude. Whenever one of your creatures become blocked, create a treasure token.
Yeah.
That's what red wants to do. They
or
want
more,
treasure
yeah.
tokens. They want to keep shitting out more red shit. They want that Chandra down. And then you can sack them artifacts and you can draft a card from your stupid spellbook. You know what I mean? Like, so who knows what's in that spellbook? I don't know. I don't care. But, you know, red gets it. Pass the Torch is really good because, you know what? You're doing 2 damage for 2. And you get Perpetual. You know, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may cast that target card named Pass the Torch from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If you do, this creature perpetually loses this ability. So essentially, you can keep doing Shock. That's insane. You always have Shock and Traumatic
that's not
Prank.
true.
Well, it's every time you cast a creature.
You can technically, if you keep getting creatures. Okay, well, that creature can pass the torch, so you get it twice, I guess. But if you're running 4 ofs to pass the torch, if you run 4 ofs to pass the torch and you're running, you know, red, you're going to have multiple creatures. So you just keep passing the torch and you keep choosing creatures. And then the gain control, it's a unique gain control. And essentially it's like, yeah, you know what, your big dumb thing, you ain't blocking. And it's also going to damage you as well. It's going to fucking electrocute you every single time. So, yeah, I like it. It's good. It's really good. I'll give it a 4.
Oh, 4. Drunken.
So Big Spender is good, I think. Like, I really like this card in not a red deck, but like a red-green deck or something like that.
Yeah.
I think the best card here, like Apollo was saying, was Pass the Torch. And it is the rare here, and it's the only rare that we've talked about so far that I think is actually pretty damn good.
Worth spending a wild card on, yeah.
And the fact that it's in red and it's an instant is important because, like Apollo said, you cast it and then you cast a creature, right? And then, or it attaches to a creature, then you cast it again for free. So say like the fucking Phoenix, you cast it, you put it on the Phoenix. Phoenix goes to your graveyard. You cast the Phoenix from your grave. You know, eventually Phoenix comes out of your graveyard. It attacks. This Pass the Torch, it doesn't get exiled, so this is good. In a blue-red Phoenix deck, there's ways to manipulate your graveyard, you know, with instants and sorceries. So you potentially cast it again for free, and then you attach it to another Phoenix, and then that Phoenix goes into your graveyard. And then it's just like a whole, you know, it's, yeah, this card, I think there's a high potential on Pass the Torch. And then finally, Traumatic Prank. I don't think this is going to really be played. I think at 3 mana, it's a little too much, but it's a cool card. But I think Pass the Torch and Big Spender are good cards, and I give it a 3.
Okay. Apollo, what do you think?
I said 4.
Oh, yeah. 4, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I think 3. Yeah, it's decent. Yeah, I like Big Spender and Pass the Torch, like you guys said. Yeah, I agree totally.
Wait, how hammered are you, Hoshi?
None. I'm not hammered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Not yet. I don't think. I've been building up my tolerance recently. You know, I've really been working out the liver. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good for you, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so that was all the mono-colored spells for alchemy. Whippity doo dah. I think that was a big old flop, kind of like the last one, at least for the mono-colored ones. Red and green kind of had some good stuff. The Gruul colors had some good stuff going for them, but the other ones, man, some big old dookies there. Well, we'll get into the guilds and the shard cards when we get, which means the 2-color and 3-color cards when we get into main phase 2. But for right now, we're going to take a little reprieve from alchemy and move into our combat phase.
Dorkish Combat!
And Combat is our horseshit card game, hosted by the horseshit master himself, Drunken Dork.
That's me. So this week in the horseshit card game, I made sure that Hoshi could not cheat. Last week he cheated. It was obvious Apollo cheated. Apollo's like, well, I don't know, except for the fucking mana symbols that were on the card. Alright, and we all played through those sets, so you know.
It wasn't so much I cheated as that I'm an idiot.
I mean, maybe a little bit of
Both
column
are
A,
true.
a little bit
Both
of
are true.
column B.
Okay.
So this week is actually going to be significantly different than anything I've done recently, because this is not historic, not explore, not anything recent. This is going back in the past. All right, we're going back to the future, baby.
Oh,
And this is what we're doing. So when we all started playing Magic again, it was during a particular set. It was Legion and Onslaught. You guys remember this?
A little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you guys started
No.
playing while like I was is this like in high school, or is this when I was on like deployment?
No, this was before deployment. This is when
Oh.
we were playing with Scott, like early.
Oh, yeah.
Zelda.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I thought that was mirrored in time area, but okay, yeah.
We all started playing again, and these sets were huge back then.
Okay.
Legion, and so basically, 4 of these cards here are going to be from the Onslaught Legion
Okay.
sets, and then one of them isn't. It's up to
Oh no.
you two debaucherous, drunken idiots to
Oh.
figure out
I'm losing this
which
one.
one of these cards
Damn.
is not from there. All right.
All right.
And the
Hoshi.
hardest part about this, because
is-
you cheated so bad this week, Hoshi, I figured I'd make this hard. The hardest part about this is I grabbed different card styles than for each of these. than
Okay.
the Legion. They should be unrecognizable.
Okay. I don't think you need to try hard to trick me on this one. So all right. Let's get
start
into
with
it,
the
dude.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The first one's gonna be Well-Wisher. 1 and a green for a creature, elf. Tap. You gain 1 life for each elf on the battlefield. It's a 1/1. There's a theme
Okay.
you notice.
They're
Then
all-
there's
they're all elves.
Birch or Rangers. 1 green mana. Tap 2 untapped elves you control. Add 1 mana of any creature animal.
Okay.
Yes, Morph for a green. Back when Morph wasn't, Morph was. And
Yeah.
and it's a 1/1.
Okay.
Then we have Timber Watch Elf, 2 and a green, creature elf, and it says tap. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves on the battlefield. Is a 1/2. Then we have everyone's favorite Elvish Archdruid, 1 green. Do I need to explain this card to you guys?
No.
Okay. And finally, we have Elvish Scrapper. 1 green mana and it's an elf. It says green tap, sacrifice Elvish Scrapper, destroy target. It is a 1. Alright, gentlemen. Those are the cards. I'm gonna start off with a fucking super confident, super
God.
idiotic Apollo. Let's go, Apollo.
Why? Dude, you are on a rampage. You are definitely grumpy for
Get 'em.
losing two times.
Get him.
Ooh,
Wait,
I'm gonna get.
wait.
Ooh. Well, oh man, this is so hard because
this is-
I play like Legacy Elves. Oh
Yeah,
my
a lot of
god,
these
and
elves are
Commander
like-
Elves.
Yeah, a lot of these
Elvis
elves are
Archdruid. Ah man, Birchlore, Well-Wisher, and Elvis Archdruid. The 2 I'm a little sus on are Timberwatch Elf and Elvish Scrapper. Oh my god, I feel like Timberwatch Elf might have been in it. That scrapper seems a little. Oh man,
Which one is not from it? So.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Timberwatch was in it. I'm thinking it was. So I think I'm gonna go with Elvish Scrapper.
Okay.
Final answer.
Okay.
All right, Hoshi.
I think
Big old dummy. What do you got for me?
I think I'm going with the Timberwatch elf. I'm going with the.
Timberwatch.
I'm going with the Timberwatch elf because the Scrapper is destroying an artifact. Artifacts were big back then, so maybe they needed that to. That's just my line of thinking. So I'm going with Timberwatch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's oh man.
All right, gentlemen. Well, somebody won this week.
Oh.
Definitely wasn't you two. It was me. All right, so
Was it Birchmore? Birchmore?
It was
or-
Birchlore.
It was, no.
Well-wisher?
was the archer,
fucking
really?
druid. You sneaky
Yes.
Really?
fucking
Yeah.
sneak.
yeah.
What was our shirt from?
I think M13 was the first set.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does seem way more recent. Okay.
Yeah.
Or was
It wasn't a traditional lord, you know.
Yeah.
Like some of the other ones.
Uh-huh. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah. I did not think I was gonna win that one.
Man, and you call yourself the Elf Master.
Who does?
I-
Do I? Do
Call
I?
yourself that.
I've never called myself that, but
Apollo,
In your
you
sleep,
said-
dude. Yeah.
Apollo,
sleep,
you
you're
said
like,
you
"Oh,
know
man."
elves so much that you
Yeah.
fucking got
Yeah.
a little tiny baby elf on your little tiny baby penis.
Yeah. No, dude. I mean, I don't know what
jeez.
I don't know what that reference is, but Jesus Christ. but
little-
yes,
little
I
weenie on
love
there.
elves, but you know, I had to, I have to play the algorithm. You know what I mean? Because if I win 3 times, man, you guys are gonna suspect something like I'm hacking
Well,
or
you
something.
cheated your way to the top one at the time.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because of
Nice. Well,
pure intelligence.
well, that was a tough one. All right. Well, how'd you guys do out there? Did Drunken get you with that one too? As I assumed was gonna happen that time. That was a tough one. Unless you guys are like, yeah, very good with your magic history. That was a rough one. All right.
I'm
Well,
sure we have a few people that
I'm sure we do. And with that, we'll move into our main phase 2.
Main phase 2.
All right, from the past back into the future dystopia that is alchemy. We're gonna go over now the guild cards that we have. So we got 2 sets of the guild, which is the dual color cards, the multicolor cards that we got. And so with this one, we have Cabaret Revels, we have Bind to Secrecy, we have Broker's Safeguard, we have Bank Job, and Arming Gala. So, Drunken, what do you think about these? These are all rares. Do any of these jump out at you as like, yes, this is a card that I would want to craft?
Cabaret Revels is incredible.
Mhm.
Yeah, this card, whenever you cast a creature spell, seek a creature card with lesser mana value, then put it onto the battlefield. It's hard to gauge like how good this is because like you do have to cast it, right? So it's a 3 mana card, which is pretty steep. Like in our beloved format, Historic, like this probably isn't gonna fit in well unless you have a really fucking mana heavy, like mana ramp heavy deck. But like in Explorer, I see this like being very capable. And then what was the next one?
Well, it will never be an Explorer because it's an alchemy card.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, in Historic, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like in Historic Brawl though, I think this is incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
What was the next one besides
Bind to
after
Secrecy.
Cabaret? I think this card is good. Yeah, I think this is a good card. Anything that has multiple options, I think is good. And then the one after that, sorry.
Broker's Safeguard.
Broker's Safeguard, also a good card.
Okay.
I think all of these cards are pretty good. Like the guild or whatever cards, I think for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. So you
I like them all.
you think these all might be craftable then?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Apollo, what do you think?
Yeah, they're all pretty damn good, and they fit their themes really well. I like them all. I like how Bind the Secrecy has like the modal, as Drunken said. Modal is always good, and it has really good unique modals. What I like about these is they're utilizing these new mechanics really well. They're using Perpetual really well.
Yeah.
You know, they're using Seek really well. They have very unique interactions. They're pretty much almost taking cards that already do exist and then changing them into the way that alchemy was meant to be. Like, you know, Broker's Safeguard, you know, it's like essentially a bounce card, you know, bounce and return card, but it has perpetually gains, you know, a shield counter, which is really unique. It could be used in a very unique and positive way. So yeah, Cabaretti Revels, it's really good for Gruul, maybe more Gruul control, something we've seen in the past with like Theros using like Xenagod. Bank Job is really good. It's really unique, pulling from the bottom. Yeah. So if you know you have scry effects or something that like puts something on the bottom, you're able to utilize that, and that's something that Rakdos is actually known to do in the past. So I like that they're doing that as well. Azorius is I mean, I'm not Azorius, Selesnya, I like it too. It's a little costly, but
this has Hoshi's dick like this. Like,
yeah.
This is when I saw all the cards, I saw this card and I was like, Hoshi is gonna love this. He's gonna build
so
a
good.
deck around this card.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
Armin
that.
Gala is it's worth the cost. Like green, it definitely has no problem ramping this.
Yeah.
Turn 3, turn 4, you know, at least. So yeah, giving everything perpetually 1+1, and I mean everything. Whether it's in your fucking hand, graveyard,
in your library. The library is the craziest part of it. Is
it's unique, right? Like it's a unique way of doing Mirari's Wake, minus the draw. Like it's really cool. Like I don't know. I really like what they're doing with all these cards. So yeah, I dig it for sure.
So I will say that I do think I'm sorry, Hoshi, go. What do you think of all the cards?
They're all good. They're like you guys said, they're all good. I'm struggling to find out which one I think is the best and which one is the worst, or which one I wouldn't want to craft in something, because they all seem very situational for different decks, which is good. So I don't think any of them is like just a blanket, you need this card if you're playing Historic right now, but all of them seem pretty decent. Like Bank Job seems very powerful. Broker's Safeguard is amazing for like if you're playing like some kind of like, you know, single powerful creature deck. Like that's awesome. You get to blink it and then it comes back in with protection on it already. Good stuff. Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
I mean, imagine, so I think Broker's Safeguard's the best one. So imagine this with a Skyclave Apparition. Right? Yeah. So like they go to target your Skyclave or whatever. Like, I'll exile it. So their spell fizzles, and then your Skyclave comes back in. And then not only does it come back in, but it perpetually comes in with a fucking shield counter. Yeah. So if you have like a Thassa or something, for example, that means every time it's going to exile and then come back in, it's going to enter with a shield counter. Yep. That's what makes this card, like when you combine this with something like Thassa or like the ability to blink all the time, I think this card is incredible and terrifying.
Absolutely.
Because it adds protection, you know?
Yeah. So like something I want to point out, like for all of our listeners out there that take us on the road on wherever you get your podcast, we're not really going through all the cards individually. It's there's so many fucking cards. So we do recommend that you check out our YouTube so you can actually see these cards on screen, because there's a lot of text. But I will say this for everyone that's listening out there. What's the best part about this is Wizards finally took care into the original guilds. which one's the best? I think it's more over what's your favorite guild, and then you finally have a good card that resonates with that. It truly represents what the guild was trying to do. So yeah, they're all really good. I can't, like Hoshi was saying, I can't rank one over the other. It's what do you like? Do you like Dimir? Do you like Azorius? Do you like Rakdos? Like
Armin Gala is the worst just because of the mana cost. That
it's hard for me to imagine that you think that, Hoshi.
I love the card. The card is insanely powerful, I think, and the effect of like just being able to plus things inside your library, I think, is crazy, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. But it's 5 fucking mana for it, which is a lot, to buff your stuff at. But it's at the end of the game, so you save that until you're starting to ramp out. So it still could be good. I don't think that. But the other cards are very good, and they're all low mana cost. They're not even close. There's not even a 4 cost one, let alone we skipped to 5 for this one. So and Historic is a format where you need low costing cards. So I don't see Armin Gala being used in that format. Maybe an Alchemy. So
yeah, definitely Alchemy.
All right. Anything? What do you guys rate this on the 1 to 5 or 0 to 5 scale, Apollo?
I'm gonna give it like a 4.8.
Ooh,
just because it's
4.8.
It's like near. And the reason why I could do it so high is just because I honestly just really like how they really played into the guilds. That's like my favorite part about these cards.
Okay,
is they really played and they uniquely made these cards unique, for lack of a better term, of cards that we've seen in the past. So I really like it. I do.
Drunken.
I give it a 3.
Okay.
So, I don't think these are going to be game changers.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that is a 4 greater, but like, I do think that blue-white one is a terrifying card. Like, whenever I run against those blue-white blink decks, they get really scary really quick, and I think this is a good card to add to that deck.
That's true.
Like, when we go over the next bunch, it just gets even more terrifying.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with 4 on these because I think they're all good. I think they're all craftable cards that can be used, but I don't think they're needed cards. They're not like a Bone Crusher Giant or something that's like gonna be like something where you should absolutely spend your wild cards on it. Like this is something that you can potentially. So I think they're good. All right, let's go to the next ones. So this is the last guild cards that we have. And so we have Syndicate Recruiter, Riveteer's Provocator, Racketeer Boss, Obscura Polymorphist, and then Rope Line Attendant. So, Apollo, what do you think of these?
So, let me see. Can you name them again?
Syndicate,
because it's like the file's not working for mine.
Oh, it's Syndicate Recruiter, Riveteer's Provocateur, Racketeer's Boss, Obscura Polymorphist, and Rope Line Attendant.
Let me find.
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I got it. No, I got it. I got it right here. So let's see here. Obscura Polymorphist. Yeah. Again, I'm pretty sure this is just gonna like follow the line that I said last time. But Obscura Polymorphist, I really like it because it's that same kind of like thing that Azorius is trying to do. It's trying to exile, and then it's including the mechanics that the alchemy is known for: seek, perpetual, all that. Yeah. So when Obscura Polymorphous enters the battlefield, exile target creature. Its controller seeks a card.
Seeks a creature card.
Seeks a creature card. So I like it. It's fair. It's a fair card. I don't know about rare because your opponent is getting a card, but you can do it to yourself, so that's also something you need to keep in mind. But let's see, Rope Line Attendant, Let's see. When this enters the battlefield, creature cards in your hand perpetually gain. When this creature enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green and white. Whatever. Cat flavor, I guess. 2/2 for 2, and it gains. It's positive. It's net positive.
Sure.
So that one's okay. Riveteer's Provocateur. 2 mana for a 3/1 menace. When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature card in your hand without Blitz. I don't know what Blitz is.
Blitz
So
is...
you may cast this for its Blitz cost. When you do, it gains haste, sacrifice it at the end of turn, you draw a card.
Yeah, Blitz
okay.
Blitz is pretty strong.
It's
Okay,
really good.
So 2 mana 3/1, giving your stuff Blitz.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And it also has Blitz itself. And then I think you said Syndicate Recruiter.
Yep.
Yes.
Mill 4 cards. If there are 5 or more mana values in your graveyard, conjure a card named Dig Up the Body into your hand. I don't know what that card is.
Well,
So Dig Up the Body returns 2 cards from your graveyard, 2 creature cards from your graveyard. And it's a 3 mana, it's 2 and a black. And it's like not particular.
It's not that great. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
uncommon,
And then
yeah.
Racketeer Boss, 2 mana for a 3/2, so you get a net positive there. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 creature cards and/or Planeswalker cards in your hand. They perpetually gain when you cast this spell. Create a treasure token. It's all positive. Whether or not Gruul's trying to do this, I don't know.
I don't know.
Sure, more treasure, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you're low on mana, I guess.
Maybe.
With the first set of cards, I thought they were all very, very, very good. They could definitely be used, in my personal opinion. I think they should be craftable. I think they can definitely slot into a deck if that archetype fits the bill. These cards all seem like really situational to me. They seem like they can be good. Where does it fit? I have no idea. I'm not really seeing it. I would probably say maybe Racketeer Boss is the better one, or actually Riveteer's Provocateur. But they're okay. They're pretty decent.
Okay, Drunken.
Sorry, I went a little long there, but
Sorry.
I'm not reading them as you were saying them. So,
I think out of all these cards, Syndicate Recruiter is like the odd one out.
That's bad.
So I arranged these and I did them in no particular order except
Yeah.
for I wanted one of each guild in here. And what really struck me as weird is it's only one side of the guilds, right? It's only these colors, right? Where there's 10 guilds, they only have 5 of them in this set. So Syndicate Recruiter, it's a piece of shit.
It's bad.
Riveteer's
Provocateur. Yeah.
Provocateur is incredible.
Yeah.
This card is so goddamn strong.
It is.
Like the fact that you can give anything. You give fucking Ulamog in your hand, Blitz.
But its Blitz cost would be 10 though, so that's a lot. Still.
Cost is
equal to its mana cost.
Equal to its mana cost.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true. All right, but you could give like cards that like are recurable. Blitz. I think this card's really good. I think Racketeer Boss is probably one of the best cards here. The fact that you're making treasure tokens by just casting spells, and it's a 2 mana 3/2 is powerful enough on its own. I think this is really, really good. Obscura Polymorphist, incredible. Like Apollo said, this could be a combo on its own.
Yeah.
You could have a Obscura Polymorphist and one other creature in your deck, and then all of a sudden you're seeking that creature, and that creature does a combo. Not that it's going to do anything because you still have to cast it. And then Rope Line Attendant, again, the green-white is very creature-heavy decks, unless you're doing enchantments like a true Magic player like me. This can go really well in a creature-heavy deck like white-red or green-white-black or something, where you're just getting more creatures. Like, I don't know, green-white-black sack or something. You need sack outlets where this card could work really well. I like all of these cards except for Syndicate Recruiter, but even Syndicate Recruiter, the fact that you get the mill and it's a 4/5 with ward and it has flying, like there's still upside there. black and blue, they're not known for like giving you these like incredibly powerful creatures. I've paid like black 2 and gotten a 2/2 before black and blue, right? So like the fact that you get a 4/5 is like it's decent. So I like all of them, honestly. Besides that one, it's okay.
Besides Syndicate Recruiter. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys, what do you rate them at? Apollo, what do you rate this set?
I'm going to put it at 3.5 out of 5. Right, we're going out of 5?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so, because that's what I was going off of.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, because something like Drunken was mentioning, they're all good on curve. I mean, they're all rares though, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. All right, Drunken.
Yeah, same thing as I did last time. I don't think these are any better than those. I don't think the other cards are any better than this, honestly. I think these are all good cards. I give it a 3.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm there with you. I think the Syndicate Recruiter is the only really like bad one out of these. The Reply Attendant I thought was bad at first, but then it hits all of yours, and I was thinking, what happens if you had like multiple of these? Then you're getting multiple 1/1s when they're coming in. You could go super wide with this, especially if you got like doubling effects. Like so it could be pretty good. The Obscure Polymorphous is one of the craziest ones, I think, because it's just exile a creature, and then they seek a card, so that means it goes into their hand. So if you're blinking this thing, you're just taking out all their creatures. Sure, they're getting more cards in their hand, but whatever. You're exiling them. They're gone, which is just crazy. They don't like get them back. It's gone forever.
Hey Hoshi.
Yeah.
You play your fucking hideaway goddamn Ulamog, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
Polymorphous.
Yeah, I exile
Here you
it.
go, bro.
Yeah.
Take a fucking Llanowar Elves. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you have a 2/2 that you can keep blinking with this. This is crazy. Like we were mentioning earlier when we were talking about this with Skyclave Apparition, which hits permanents. This only hits creatures, so that's the downside of this, right? It doesn't hit anything. It just hits creatures, but it's still pretty crazy. The Racketeer's boss Racketeer's boss is good. It's kind of boring. And then the Riveteer's Provocateur is also very good. With the blitz thing, I don't know, like the sacrifice, if you want to be able to sacrifice something immediately, like just giving it blitz is great. It's just so Rakdos, right? It's so Rakdos. I really like that one.
I mean,
yeah,
that dinosaur that you play in that deck that you play, like, imagine giving that blitz for free. So it comes in, it attacks for 7.
Yeah.
With haste, and then you draw a card,
trigger,
and then you don't get the down effect, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's amazing. Yeah, especially if you want it to die. So these cards are they're good, except for the Syndicate Recruiter, which is fucking garbage. I'm gonna go with like 3.5 for these ones. I think the last ones were better, but this one's still good. All right, cool. Let's go to the last cards that we're getting in this alchemy one, and these are all of our stupid mythic cards. So here's where the wallet needs to be really stringent. On the last ones were all rares. These are the shard colors, which is 3 different colors. These are all of the syndicate colors from this set, and they're all mythic rares. So first we have Spara's Bodyguard, and then we have Effluent Devour. Okay, yeah, there we go. And then we have Back Alley Gardener, which sounds like a euphemism. And then we have Spell Drain Assassin and Diviner of Fates. All right, Drunken Dork, what do you think about all of the mythics? Are they worth the mythic price?
No. I can say like, it's kind of weird when I think when you look at mythics, honestly, because I have a lot more mythic wild cards generally than I do.
Me too.
Rare wild cards.
I have way more mythics.
When I gauge how I'm spending on mythics, like I gauge it different than wilds. Like I'm like, I only have like 5 wilds left, so
yeah.
Build this deck. But mythics, I'm like, this deck is like all mythics. Boom! I'll fucking build it, because I have like 20 of them.
I have a lot
because I don't use them that much, and but overall, I don't know. None of these seem particularly incredible to me.
Yeah.
They all just seem very mediocre and very alchemy or even like the commander or whatever centric, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying there. Seem like they'd be better in like a brawl / commander situation. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Apollo, what do you think?
I'm gonna agree with Drunken Dork with a lot of the cards here. They definitely have that commander text. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of situational stuff, and that definitely plays more into commander, more so than alchemy. However, Back Alley Gardener and Spara's Bodyguard, I think are actual real good sleepers.
Yeah.
Back Alley Gardener is the Naya card, creature, elf, druid, 3/4 alliance. Whenever one or more other creatures enter the battlefield under control, seek a land card, then put it on the battlefield tapped. This ability triggers only once each turn. Getting lands is always good. Again, this is definitely like commander centric, but for 3 mana to do this, it's on curve. It's a good card by itself. A 3/4 for 3.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it has that mana requirement there, but yeah, it's already good on a stick. And then the ability itself, it's just helping what Naya is trying to do. So if you're trying to make, like, again, what I mentioned before, Naya Zoo, this could be something that you possibly might want to consider. Maybe even the sideboard. Spara's Bodyguard, I love this. This is like Bant Bounce, dude. Like, I'm digging this. This is what Bant is trying to do. They're trying to make shield counters. They're trying to make stuff big. They're trying to, like, do some weird stuff. So there's so much text on this, but
It's way
3/3
too much.
for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially what it's doing is you choose a card in your hand. If you do, it gains another shield counter. If you don't, then the Rhino gets the shield counter. And then the Rhino gets +1/+1 for each shield counter on it, among other creatures you control. So it's cool. It gets buffed. It can make, little regeneration shields. So I like it. 3/3 for 3 is already good. It's on curve. And then, again, it has a lot of text on it, but it's beneficial. The rest of them, meh. Meh. I mean, I don't care. Unless I'm doing like Historic Brawl, I don't care about the rest. Like, I think Affluence Devourer is probably
I was about to ask
worst.
about. Oh, really? Out of all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so at all. I think that's one of
Maybe
the best
actually
ones.
Diviner of Fates is actually probably the worst. But
What?
like, I just don't
I
like
think that one's
Affluence
good.
Devourer. Like, I think Jund can do better. Like, it's like
Okay.
you cast a creature. I mean, it has Blitz, which is cool.
Sure.
But then you have to like do extra cost. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you
it's
gotta
exile this card from your graveyard. So that's what Jund is trying to do.
Yeah, but you gotta
trying to
pay
put-
2 to do it.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, if you're sacrificing stuff, like, why not just sacrifice exile things from your graveyard? If you're like putting things into your graveyard actively, like if you're milling yourself,
I guess.
that card.
Or I can
that's
just
fair.
keep it. I can just keep it as a 4/3. Like, why pay the 3 to blitz it when I can just keep it as a 4/3?
No,
as opposed to paying
I don't-
5 total. You know what I mean?
I don't think you should blitz it, but I think like the ability to just like play it as a 4/3 for 3 is. But yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
but it does require a sack outlet though. So what I'm saying is it needs like another trigger.
Yeah,
Right, like, 'cause
Okay.
it's whenever you sacrifice, like, so I'm saying this card doesn't work on its own. It needs something else, and that's why
that's
I'm
true.
saying
Okay.
it should, it should be better in that sense.
I
yeah,
think
you're right. You're right.
you guys are out of your mind with the Diviner of Fates. That card is, I think it's really good. So whenever Diviner of Fates enters the battlefield, it connives. Okay, so that means you draw and discard something, and then it gets a counter on. And then whenever you discard one or more cards, seek a card that shares a card type with one of the discarded cards. This ability triggers
That's
only
true.
once each turn. So you're drawing something, you're discarding, but then you're seeking something that you just discarded. So it negates the discard effect that you're having. So this is great for like I thought Drunken, you would have honed in on this because if you're drawing and discarding and throwing stuff in your graveyard, right? Like with the deck that you guys are playing, the Greasefang deck. Like think of this, you're drawing and discarding all the time with that deck. You're seeking cards also with it to grab them into your hand. With this, so I don't know. I think it's better than you guys.
You're right.
initially thought.
That card is pretty good. Yeah,
It's
like
like
there is potential there for sure.
Maybe it's
I
not
think if it
mythic.
had flying, it would be like that's the spice I need, you know? Like
maybe.
if it just had some kind of dodging,
Yeah.
then I'd feel like I would love this a lot more.
I think you get that effect out of it
'cause-
immediately though, which is I don't think which I think is pretty.
Yeah, I guess
good.
that's true because for like 3 mana, essentially you're getting what, a 3/4.
And it would be a 3/4 if you discarded anything besides a land basically. So it's very. I think that and Back Alley Gardener are probably the best two out of this. Because Back Alley Gardener is just obviously good.
That's
'cause
true.
Lands
Yeah.
are great, lands are good, right? Everyone loves lands, and you're potentially always getting. I think Back Alley Gardener is by far the best out of these. It's simple and it's good. But yeah. All right. So what are you guys rating this one then? Drunken.
I give it a 3.
Okay. Paula.
I'm going to give it a 3 as well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like 2.5.
There you go.
Because they're mythics.
Fair. Yeah.
Because they're mythics. That's the
I
only
mean,
reason.
you're
Yeah.
right. It's mythic and it requires you to do a certain archetype to make this work, right? Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Pretty
but because
constricting.
they're mythics, they're easier to build.
I've-
Generally,
for-
none of
maybe-
them are legendary.
Maybe for
so you
us,
could have 4 of.
maybe for us, because I feel like I have a lot of mythics too, but I feel like the vast majority of people do not have a lot of mythics.
That's true.
And so even when when I'm using a mythic, I'm like, is this worth the mythic, man? Like I throw rares around like crazy, but I feel like when it comes to a mythic, I'm like, whoa. Is this really is this really worth it for one of these? And I think out of all of these, Back Alley Gardener is probably the only one where I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'd actually craft that. Where
Fair enough.
the other ones I'm not gonna, for some jank deck that I'm building, which is always my go-to. Is this worth it for my drunken jank deck that I'm making at 2 a.m?
Absolutely. You need to take a step back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
Don't build decks when you're drunk, everyone.
Always.
That's the best time. All right. So overall, this set that was it. That was it for Stupid Alchemy. And what do you guys think? So what do you guys think overall rating for the Alchemy set in overall? Drunken. 2. Paulo.
This is the entire card pool we're getting.
That was it. That was all 30. That was all 30 cards.
I'm going to give it a 3.
3. Oof.
Most sets have shitty cards.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good point.
Roundabout, there is actually some decent, utility here. So I'll give it a 3.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a 2, because I'm just looking for me out of cards that I would want to draft out of this or actually craft. There's probably about like maybe 2 or 3 of them I feel like where I'd actually throw some wild cards at it. So I'm gonna go with a 2 just overall for it. But I do think that this one was better than the last set that they put out. The last Alchemy set was garbage. I felt like
It was
Garbage.
terrible.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
so this one is better, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I kind of like that the last one sucked because I didn't have to spend wild cards on them, right? And I already feel like there's an abundance of things to spend, wild cards on right now. So I don't know if it's a good thing to have good cards in these sets.
I mean, so they basically said, so the next set that we're going to get in Historic,
Yeah.
Historic centric is going to be Alchemy Historic centric. So it's going to be an Alchemy set. So we want things that are hard hitters. Like we want these like occasional cards that are going to make an impact, because we want to switch it up. We want Historic to be different than Pioneer or Explorer or whatever. We want this to be our like digital format. So I think it's a good thing, when you get powerful cards here and there.
Honestly, I think we all have Stockholm syndrome. Like, it's like we wanted historic to be the fucking format, right? And Watsy's like, fuck you. You're going to get what we fucking give you. You're going to take this alchemy, right? And you're going to love it. And then you're like, oh, well, I mean, they acknowledge that it's an alchemy historic centric card. Thank you for that.
I don't like that. I don't like that they're called alchemy cards, because I don't care too much for alchemy, and I do love historic, and they're alchemy cards that go into historic. So why aren't they called alchemy / historic cards? It's like just calling
sucks?
Just calling them straight alchemy cards already puts like kind of a like a bad taste in my mouth. I feel like when they go into historic,
Yes.
like that part of it
Fully
I don't
agree.
like. Even if I do like the cards, because there are cards that I like that come out in these alchemy sets, but right, it's an alchemy card that is in historic. They're going
to get nerfed or buffed or confusing, or we're going to love them, and then we're not going to get wild cards when they nerf them. And
I guess, is that different than the modern cards that we got? The modern Horizon cards that we got in historic. I didn't feel this way with those cards. Even though those are like, the power level on those is fucking insane. The Dragon Rage Channeler, all that shit. Those cards are ridiculous, right? They're like way overpowered for our format, and they're from a clearly different set that doesn't exist anywhere else. Just kind of like alchemy. So is there a difference between those? I think it's just the bad taste in everybody's mouth from alchemy kind of ruins it more than the modern one does. Maybe.
I think there's a huge difference in the two. Is that like alchemy is a digital only format, right?
Yeah.
And so like it is potentially like paving a road to what historic is going to be, whereas like the modern, like when we got those modern cards, it was like paving the road that we wanted it to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh
That's a
man,
good point.
this is going to be incredible and powerful.
Yeah.
We're going to like Teferi's fucking trickery on turn 2, and it's going to be great because like, that's what we want. I mean, all jokes aside, like it looked really powerful. It looked really interesting. And like when we get these alchemy cards that really aren't that interesting, like they seem powerful in a standard format, but they don't do shit next to these modern cards, and like that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like we have things like Ulamog. Like what is this black, white, blue card that is gonna like allow me to discard and draw? Like that may be like one of the best cards in the set. Like you pointed out, Hoshi, you're like, oh, this card's really good. You guys are fucking idiots, and you're right. You were right on that. Like that card was good.
Maybe.
But like the thing is that like, in comparison that to the whole, like, yeah, that card was good. But like Ulamog to the whole, like there's no comparison to the two.
No.
Right? And
there
like,
was nothing even
is,
close to that power level in there. Yeah.
that is the big problem.
Yeah.
And like, and that the set coming out that we're gonna see, and I am excited. Like I really do want to see the set, and I want it to be good, and I want fucking historic to change up and like be interesting. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna be getting shit like this. It's not gonna change at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to get shaken up as much. I think my trepidation is just the ever-growing cost value of historic. So they just keep historic is like the landfill of arena. Everything just is like all funneled downhill into historic, right? Everything goes in there. So to make like competitive historic decks potentially is going to be the most expensive format out of any of them. So the more stuff that they funnel into it, I'm like, man, is it worth it for these wild cards for it? And that's what I'm trying to evaluate out of these sets. Is it worth it? And when they are, that's great. For we all want a fun format, but is it going to be too costly because of the arena economy? So I'm like, I am happy when we get good stuff, and I'm also kind of sad at the same time that I have to spend wild cards or money on it to get them. Does that make sense where I'm coming from there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about too. You just want like fucking awesome things in our format, which I totally get. I'm just being like, a stingy grump about it. I think.
I mean, it's not necessarily awesome things. I just want a unique format.
Yeah.
Like,
I get that.
I want these whatever they're called, anthology cards, to mean something.
Yeah.
Right? Like I want them to do something.
Yeah.
Instead of just existing in the format, like new Capenna, like that sucks. So these cards just exist in the format, but they're not used.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So if these alchemy cards come out and it's like alchemy historic set, like the first ever, like if they don't do anything in the format, then they're useless, right? Like whereas the modern cards, they did do something in the format and they are useful. I don't know. Going on a drunken rant. Sorry.
Yeah, a little bit. I think we lost Apollo. He's got a dazed stare of he's left this planet. He's left this plane of existence.
Yeah, I'm just leveling. I'm working on my jobs.
All right.
No. Let's just wrap it up real quick because it's actually a good segue of what we're going to talk about. But I mean, I feel what you're saying, Drunken. Yeah, it's like when I played Modern, I played Living End, and that existed nowhere else but Modern, right? Like you want to feel pride in that singular deck you're playing in each format. So I feel that I would like that from Alchemy. So I don't know, but it's a good segue of what we're going. So take it away, Hoj.
Okay. You brought up something that's interesting. I like just playing different formats for stuff, but I don't know if I'm alone in this, but when I start playing one format, particularly like Historic, Explorer, or something like that, I always feel a little anxious jumping back into another format that I haven't touched in a while. Am I alone in that, or are you guys? Do you feel the same way?
You're not alone. I feel that all the time. Maybe in something as singular and simple as how much has the meta changed since the last time I've touched it?
Yeah.
Is my deck been defeated? I kind of felt that even just with like a few days of trying Esper Greasefang, I was telling you guys in pre-production how I feel like a lot of people have prepared for my deck. So you feel a little bit of that anxiety, as you switch from format to format. I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if maybe that's a good podcast topic for us to talk about, because it's something that's I'm interested in researching is how to stay up on multiple formats or to switch in between them and without having to do like a shit ton of research. Is there a good way to like stay up on multiple formats, Drunken?
Get good.
That's it.
Wise,
get good.
Wise words from a wise man.
Hey, like it's not get good, it's GIT GUD. Get good. I mean, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments or on Discord if you haven't followed. Yeah, let us know. Because we want these topic suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Like Hoshi makes a good point. We want to know and we want to explore these ideas with you. That's why we do this podcast.
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons we do this is because we talk about this stuff between us, just as Magic players, and so that's something that I feel like I run into. Like I've settled into Explorer, and it's like I haven't played Historic in a while, and I kind of feel a little almost anxious about going back. Like, wait, what has changed in Historic? What am I going to be getting myself into?
What's funny is Historic, Modern feels like something you're used to. I know where I stand. Mm-hmm. I know what I know, and then it's like Historic's a little different. It's like it's got a little new little flavor. You put a little sriracha on that. You got your best little dress up shirt. And then Explorer is like I'm wearing my button down, 3 buttons down. I'm going to the club. And
nobody wants to see that. I don't know if you understand that. That's you're on your own.
Uh-huh.
No. It's like you're feeling fresh. You know what I mean? You got your.
But that's why you keep losing.
No.
You're
I'll
out
get
of
mythic,
date.
bro.
Oh, I accidentally hit the button. I was laughing too hard.
I like it. Cut him off. It's like Jeopardy, dude.
2 hours later.
Well, that takes us into our end step. And our end step is our
comments.
Question.
And
ooh.
Yeah, this is that's like bruh.
What's it? That's kind of
fine.
that's kind of
That's
us.
fine.
That's
That's
kind
good.
it's kind of us though, right? Okay. Sure.
Cringe too.
We're a little cringy. All right, so what are they? What are our comments, questions, and concerns? We could always work on.
All
We
right,
can
everyone.
workshop
So we have
that.
some
Yeah.
comments, questions, and concerns. But you know what? We're dumb. We don't know how to fucking work Discord because we also have podcast topic suggestions and people post there as well. So in comments, questions, and concerns,
Okay.
we got nothing.
Oh, all right.
Corrections.
Wah. Corrections. Yeah, we got nothing. But we do have something that we have not mentioned on this podcast under podcast topic suggestions. And that is brought to us by Mythwind,
Okay. Nice.
faithful
Nice.
follower of the dorks.
Long
An
time.
interesting topic for the podcast would be to talk about what card represents for you the power creep in Arena. For me, outside of Texing Beast, we all know that, I can think of Voice of the Blessed. White already has good creatures, gaining +1/+1 counters with life, and they added flying, vigilance, and indestructible. I was stunned. I agree. So yeah, Mythwind, faithful follower, we will answer your question.
I
Your
like
dumb
that,
dorks.
What's the card that
So
jumps
let's
out
go
as you
with
as power creep?
Hoshi. What do you think about power creep in historic, and what is that card for you?
Oh man, and historic is difficult. I mean, just in general, like looking at it, yeah. It's Voice of the Blessed is an insane card. That's a really good one. One of the ones that always like just surprises me with how strong it is Embercleave. Embercleave just always just is so insane. It's just such a strong card. They made it red focus so that no other deck can use it really besides something that's red. It's double strike, but it's also an equipment that comes in, and it's a combat trick at the same time. I was just like, how is this card still a thing? That one just I always think of it as like it's an instant concede card. When it comes down, you're like, oh, I lost. It gives the attacker just a lot of power, I feel like. Drunken, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to say probably one of my favorite cards out of historic. Thoughtseizes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Thougseizes is a real fucking power creep, dude. That card is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
It is an auto concede for some people.
Mhm.
The card just annihilates people's hands, like when you're playing
Yeah.
something like control or whatchamacallit, I've drinking too much.
Mid-range?
No, not mid-range.
Combos or something?
Combos.
Yeah.
Yeah, combos.
Yeah.
Hoshi's favorite.
Uh-huh.
Something like that.
Sometimes,
I think.
yeah.
I think Thoughtseizes is absolutely 100% the most powerful card in historic.
Yeah, it is very good. Yeah, it's hard to say what is like overall the strongest, but man, those are. You know what? Another one that I think of all the time is when you're just thinking of like automatic, like, oh yeah, I need to craft this card, is Bone Crusher Giant. That card is fucking crazy, man. It is so good. It has so much text on it. It deals. It's a damage spell along with a 3/4 body. It.
Or
like,
3.
4/3, yeah, 4/3 body. It blows me away. It's such an amazing card, and I'm surprised it hasn't gotten banned. Honestly, like I thought it was gonna get banned. I was like, this card's way too good, and it prevents damage can't be prevented. For some reason, it does that as well. What? Why did they add that in there as well? They're like, oh
Because
yeah,
fog exists.
Yeah,
Fucking Maze's End fog was dumb, dude.
fog is terrible. I agree, but it also stops protection. So it gets around protection as well. It's insane. It's a really good
Go
card.
on an adventure is just like a really strong ability.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that it's like a dual modal card or whatever, cast an instant or sorcery.
Yeah.
You get a 1/1. You get fucking deal 2 damage. You gotta return something to an opponent's hand. Like, holy shit. And then you get a whole nother card on top of this?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. What the hell?
Yeah, well, I mean, it came from what's it called?
Eldraine.
Eldraine. The set where
Okay.
everyone was doing speed while they were R&D in that one. They were like, stronger. We need more
They're
power.
like, okay, we need to double the player count. How do we
Yeah,
do it?
exactly.
We make Oko, and then we fucking just make
Yeah.
incredibly powerful cards.
This is a fairy tale theme, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're going full Disney fucking on this set for some reason.
Full Disney, add a boner.
Yeah.
I destroy your shit. Make a fucking elk, bitch.
Well, that was
bitch.
yeah, that was a pretty good one. That's
Wait, well, hold on. You guys didn't even ask what I wanted.
Oh, we didn't care. But go.
Oh,
Yeah, what do you want,
Well,
Apollo?
Womp womp.
yeah, real quick. Burning Tree Emissary
Oh yeah.
is for sure fucking one. And Thoughtseize. I'm gonna agree with Drunken on that.
Yeah.
Burning Tree has already been on the fucking watch list. Like, I'm watching you.
It's been suspended. Yeah.
Burning Tree is the most fucking pigtail card ever. I love that fucking card because when you see it being played, you're like, that's not too bad. I mean, what are they gonna do with 2 mana, right? And then they throw down a fucking
Another one.
the guy that turns into a fucking 4/4 or a 3/3 for 3 mana, and you're like, okay. I mean, they have Embercleave enabled, but I mean, do they have it though?
Yes.
And then it's like swing in
Yes,
and
they
full
do.
mana open, and they're just fully confident. They're swinging in with a Llanowar Elves, and it's like they got fucking Embercleave. And then yeah, sure enough, like whatever you don't fucking block, bitch, boom. Like yeah, Burning Tree is just pigtailing. Like I'm not doing nothing. So yeah, Burning Tree is definitely power creep and Thoughtseize, because you know what I do? I'm thinking in my hand, I'm like, do I cast like the 1 mana spell, whatever I'm trying to do, or do I cast Thoughtseize? Maybe I can wait a turn, and I see them mulligan, and then mulligan again. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
Concede.
I love it, dude. I love that feeling. When I see someone mulligan 2 times and I have Thoughtseize in my hand,
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm shocking.
I got this.
Thoughtseize.
But
Boo! I'll take 4 to win.
But Thoughtseize against a burn deck, though. Think about that. That's one of those times,
Yeah.
especially if you have shock cards. Because I play it in my in the Gruul deck that I've just been playing, and I have a lot of shock cards in there. So I'm like, there's times where I'm like, is this a control deck or a burn deck? Because if this is a burn deck, I do not want to turn 1 Thoughtseize. I don't want to shock into Thoughtseize and deal 4 damage to myself because I'm doing the job for the burn player at that point, you know. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a downside to Thoughts. It's like this. This is about as much of a downside to that card there is, but it is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
you're,
mean, as a
if
credit
you're not
to, like-
watching, you're listening. Hoshi had his butthole out and he puckered it.
It is very tight. Yeah, it's super tight. That's why I was
I mean,
demonstrating.
tighter than I've ever seen.
If you're still even listening,
straining.
yeah, like as a credit to Mythwind, yeah, I mean that's also a reason why Voice of the Blessed is not fucking banned. Yeah, it might be power creep, but there's still ways of getting around it, right? Burn can get around Thoughtseize. They love that you're taking life, especially if you're shocking to do it. Hell yeah, bro. That's 4 life I don't got to worry about.
Oh,
so
speaking of whatchamacallit, Voice of the Blessed, what about Righteous Valkyrie? The card that you dumbs did not think was strong, and then it spawned a whole format of angel nonsense going on.
I don't know what you're talking about. I kill it. I kill it every single time I see it. Not because it's powerful, but because I want to spite you. That's it.
You're like, screw that Hoshi card. I hate it.
Yeah.
That
No,
card
it is good.
That card is ridiculous, dude.
LVD actually posted
were right,
a video
you were right.
for Explorer of Bant Angels, and it's a fucking stupid strong deck.
It's banned.
Like he'll go down the 8 life, and then he'll be like collected
done
company
it.
and the fucking this and that, and
Yeah.
he'll go back up to fucking 28. Like it's stupid.
Oh yeah, no, I went from 8 mana or from 8 life to like 68 in 1 turn or something with like a collected company and stuff. It was insane. I was like, oh, I'm gonna die, and then I was like, oh, Coco, and then it was just like, blah 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 blah, angel. It's like, oh,
Like,
I'm at 60 life now somehow. That's fun.
Like, I watched him cast a collected company.
Yeah.
Mind you, he casted a collected company. He could whiff.
Yeah.
And then the mono white life gain player conceded.
Yeah, he was like
To make mono white life gain concede. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. I think we've gone off topic a little bit here.
Yeah.
for
Let's
sure.
do it. Let's end this.
All right.
Yeah,
let's
let's get
move.
this shit
Let's
done.
move into cleanup.
Clean up.
All right, so cleanup is just the social media stage where we're just going over the ways that you can, reach out to us or listen to the show. And so we have Discord, we have all the podcast stuff. We're on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff, and we have a YouTube video where not only do we run this show and you can see all the cards and everything that we're pulling up and the mana rant and all that. We also do gameplays every once in a while. I did one this week. I plan on doing more.
Yeah, you did.
I plan on doing more. I have a spicy feather deck that I'm gonna do too. Yeah. So, yeah, I know. And with that, do you guys have anything else for cleanup?
Nope.
No.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
I'm done.
Discard phase. Drink 'em up, boys.
All right, and discard is our final stage where we pound our drinks and just say goodbye. So, Drunken, any last words?
Thank you for watching, listening, everyone. I always appreciate it, and I know we all do.
Yeah, Apollo.
If you got this far, holy shit. Are you me? Because
Please
fuck,
don't blow your
dude.
brains out. Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, join the Discord, like, subscribe, click that bell notification. It really does help us and lets us know that we want to continue this because we love doing this stuff for you guys, and we want to do this more. So it helps us out to let us know your guys' feedback. So dislike it, I don't care. Do it.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we'll see everybody back here in 2 weeks on Mana Rant again. And cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I always love this track.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Just doing some fight dancing.
Yeah. That's how you do it, dude.
Yeah, you gotta do the block, dude. Like, and you gotta be like,
I like that. Yeah. Is that what you do out on the dance floor, dude?
yeah, dude.
Just
Always, dude.
shadow
Because
box.
I've definitely, I kill it on the dance floor, bro. I'm just like
I know.
dancing, just doing my capoeira.
Just shadow boxing in the corner, dude.
Capoeira?
Yeah,
Capoeira?
yeah, I'm just shadow boxing in the corner, dude.
Nice.
They're like, this guy's just falling on the ground. But in my mind, I think I'm doing like flares and capoeira.
It's like straight out of
It's
Sunny.
like the beer fest, where he thinks he's all suave and everything. He's got the asshole like hat on.
Yeah. Like in my mind, I'm like fucking doing fucking Grease and Saturday Night Live.
In the meantime,
reality,
you have
I'm
a
getting
beer
kicked
box
out.
on your head with like one eye hole cut open.